look at it, has a little bit of a bend in it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this I purchased recently because it is what it says it is. The Bestia by Tops Knives. Alright guys, if you're like me, you do like Tops products, you do like big chopping knives, and I couldn't imagine a collection without one of these. This is a 1/4 of an inch thick, called a Bestia, 1095. It's supposed to represent a little bit of a kukri style. Not exactly a kukri. It does have a bent angle to the blade, and it is rounded at the top. So basically it's made for chopping. The handle itself seems like that green micarta, and again, very, very comfortable handle. I do like the fact that on the big chopping blades, Tops make sure that you have enough handle here, and it does have a finger choil, although I will be wary. This finger choil comes straight to the edge, and I did cut myself yesterday pretty good by grabbing it. So I grabbed it out and it went right there in that finger choil, and I cut myself. Very, very clean cut. No big deal. If you're gonna work with knives, you are going to bleed. So just be careful, have a med kit available. It does come in this sand powder coat finish. All right, it's a stone wash, sand wash, whatever it is. Instead of just doing the black traction coating, it is now a tan color, which I like. I think it fits in very well with different environments other than just black, which is nice, but I do like they went the extra mile. It does have these nice red liners in it. You can see the red liners. Take a look at that. I mean, that's just gorgeous. And it does have the lanyard holes in the back, and of course bow drill divots. It does have the bow drill divots in the back if you want that. The sheath itself is Kydex, because I don't honestly think you could fit anything this size or the way it's kind of formed into anything but a Kydex sheath. You would have to have a very large square, and I think they did a really good job with it. This is a dangler. The dangler works very well. I think as far as clearing trails or chopping, this thing is an animal. I think this definitely be well. So we're going to get to some testing. It does have a slip-in type of configuration like most kukri. So you would slip it in and then snap it in, and it is a bi-directional button, so you just can't slap it in on top. You have to actually roll it onto the button in order for it to be secure. So let me make sure I can do that. Again, dangler. The dangler does come off. It does come with a leather strap. So if you want to change that leather strap or use something else, you could do that. It does have adequate holes are put on top of it, but really nice sheath and compact design for what it is. This is a very, very large chopping blade. So let's get some testing done and see what it can do. First test we're going to do is split this huge log. As you can see, this is a very, very large log. All right, probably about an 8 to 12 inch log. All right, we do have splitting machines up here, but I figure since I'm going to test this animal, we might as well use it. This is seasoned wood, which you should always use seasoned wood, obviously. So it should split no problem, especially with a blade that big. All right, I am going to be using gloves for this test, mostly because I cut my finger already and it hurts. So now I'm just going to use this. All right, so I want to kind of center it, see if I could center it up, give it a hit, see where we're at. Seems to be going in, but not splitting exactly. That is a very, very large blade and a very, very large log. I want you to take a look at that if you can. It is bent. I don't know if I can show it to you. So 1/4 inch steel, has a little bit of a bend in it. Again, it got caught on a knot, so I get it. I don't know if that's a better view of it. Still functional, still sharp. Give you another look at it. Has a little bit of a bend in it. All right, let's finish up. Now everything's going to be a little bit easier. I hope. Famous last words. Yep. And nice and easy. Nothing like a little cold forging. Good as no. Alright. Yeah. So my handle became loose. If you can see that. The handle is a little loose. That's because I hit it with the baton. That's why you're not supposed to hit the handle. But you see it push up, push down. So all I need to do is tighten this a little bit. But just to give you an idea, it will move. All right. Do a little push cuts. I don't think it'll be a problem. I think this is a very, very large knife to be doing that kind of stuff. I don't really think you should be doing intricate work with something this big, but some people like to see it on the internet. They also would like to see me put this right through my knee, which I'm definitely not going to do. Draw knife, it works really, really well. Chopping's a little bit of an issue if you're doing it on a stump. because of this angle right here, you're gonna wind up putting the tip into the stump or anything else before the rest of the blade. So usually when you make tent stakes or something like that, you have a flat blade, so you have a little bit more control. This takes a little bit more technique because it is a bent blade, or a blade that is purposely built this way. So let's see if we can do the one chop test. All right guys, so this is my one chop test. I have a down tree right here. My one chop test is to see if you can take something that's about the size of 2 fingers or 1 finger and just plainly pass through without doing multiple chops. This is a piece of green wood, so size depends obviously, and I don't think I'm gonna have a problem. I just have to remember that this is a curved piece of steel versus a flat piece of steel. So I usually try to get up this way, all right? And again, all right, without any effort. Again, this is a green piece. Let's see if I can get this piece back here. It's a little bit thicker. All right, almost all the way through. 2 slices. This one right here, no problem. And again, a lot of this has to do with me trying to figure out how to handle this blade. All right, so that worked out pretty good. All right, let's see how it does on a regular chop. This is about a 3-inch, 2.5 to 3-inch piece of wood. Let's see if I can get through it. I'll get on this side so you guys can see a little bit better. And just get this out of the way. So let's see what kind of chopping I can do with this. And again, all I'm doing is just letting the blade do the work. I'm not trying to do anything more. A little bit of pressure. And of course, because it's a very steep grind, it's gonna chop and get really, really deep cuts. All right, so I didn't think that was a problem. The handle is getting more and more loose as I use it. I don't know if you can hear it rattle a little bit, but it is getting a little bit more and more loose. All right, so not bad. I don't know how well it would do on a very large tree just because of the angle. I think you can only use, like, it's sort of like a baseball bat. You kind of want to get that sweet spot on this blade, and I think the sweet spot is around here. So it may or may not be an issue. It just depends on how big your log is. All right, but over here, seems to be doing very well. I would recommend, again, put some lanyard on it. And I do like the fact that the handle itself, if you're gonna pull back on it, you can actually put all your fingers in there, and it's very long. You don't have to use the finger choil. Again, be very, very wary of that choil, because this is where I cut myself. All right, it actually still hurts. All right, guys, let's go back. So overall, guys, I think this is an outstanding blade. It will take a little bit to get used to this type of angle. I don't know if you're used to using kukris, that might not be an issue for you. I will say that because of this flat grind, you will be getting stuck in a lot of wood. So if you're gonna use it like as a primary chopper, it's almost like a competition chopper. It's gonna go very, very deep, and it's gonna take a lot of time and energy to pry it out. That's why a saber grind on a lot of survival blades is almost recommended. But again, to each his own. It's up to you how you like your grind. The finish held up pretty nice. The handle is a little bit loose. I've never had a problem with Tops handles before, but as you saw, I did club through almost 12 inches of seasoned hardwood. It did work. It did get bent out of shape, but as you can see now, all I did was beat it back, and it works fine. All right, so if you don't know, what Tops does is a differential heat treat, especially on their bigger blades. So they heat treat this edge right here, and then they leave the spine a little bit soft. I prefer that in a large chopping blade, because what that does is it gives it a little bit more bounce. So it doesn't break, it'll bend, and then you can bend it back, but it also leaves a very, very sharp edge. Good on you, Tops. I think he did a really good job with this. Is this my style of knife? Probably not. I do like kukris. This is something that I think Leo Espinoza set up. He makes all kinds of fantastic blades. I love you guys, Tops. You guys do a great job, and I like that you guys comment on my videos. But again, I think this is a very, very unique style, and you can't go wrong if this is something that you wanted. If you can find one, go ahead and buy it. I would recommend purchasing one, especially for the collection, and especially if you're a kukri person. But again, I think this is just going to be a collection piece for me. But I do like it, and I do like the fact that I was able to bang it back into shape. So that was definitely a plus. Sheath is outstanding. I want to test it a little bit more when I do some trail clearing. Right now we're doing some hunting, so I don't want to make too much noise. Base camp, it's no big deal, but out in the woods you want to be very quiet. And again, I have to find my Allen key set so I could fix that handle. All right, guys, what I need you to do is like, subscribe, share. Go to all the links that I have down below. Check out all the other stuff that I have up there. If you want to be part of my mailing list, go to threeriverblades.com. Go all the way down to the bottom on that web page. First name, last name, email address, double opt-in. Become a Patreon member. As always, guys, stay safe.